Hello everyone, this is Hardly Bartley, back again with another episode of Long Live the Queen. Last time we left off on our max skills let's play, we had just finished up our little scenario with Bryony and managed to keep her from going off into a very dangerous area and getting herself killed, thus possibly preventing us from getting into a fight with Kevin, her uncle. So, let's continue this and see where it goes. So, looking at our skills, obviously all are maxed, and everything's good. So, let's keep doing some classes that we don't even need so we can continue to the next day. Studying, 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 studying. The Duchess of Mead is here to see you, my lady. Elodie, where is my daughter? Which daughter? You know very well that I only have one. Really, mother? Because sometimes I think you don't have one at all. Bryony, thank goodness you're all right. Oh, now you care? You certainly didn't want to see me before. You haven't let me come home in ages. Bryony, darling, there are things you don't understand. I don't understand because you never tell me anything. The Duchess sighs and embraces her daughter. Very well, if that's what it will take. Come home with me, and I will explain everything. See, is there anything different with her? Yes, we have a lot of new information with her. 36, Duchess of Mead. Obviously, we have all of her original information plus this new stuff. Her half-elder brother Hyacinth was Duke of Mead before her, but Hyacinth died without heirs. Before his death, Hyacinth was scandalously involved with Paulus, the old Duke of Ursul, Ignatius' father. So, that's her husband. Hyacinth's death was under mysterious circumstances, and may have been suicide or murder. Her brother Kevin lives with her. Okay. Looks like everything worked out for the best. Cheerful. Yay! So Bryony lives, and we may have solved some family issues or whatever. Alright, so let's keep up our cheerfulness. Yay, yay, yay. As you are walking through the great hall, a freak gust of wind suddenly blows out all the candles in the room. Divination success, an omen of war and danger. It must be Sangia. They're going to attack. You receive a letter from Bryony. Oh, hinting at some of the complicated family drama that has been going on. Ooh, we get to find out what's been going on here, folks. Maybe we'll learn why her uncle has such angry issues. Maybe somebody stole his beer. Her father keeps alternating between wanting a divorce and being afraid of losing his home. Wow. There's an extra section at the end of the letter written in code. Ciphering success. Her uncle and his stepfather? Her uncle and her mother? What? Wait, what? Did we just stumble into some Lannister stuff here? Did we go from Long Live the Queen to Game of Thrones? Okay then. Wow. Moving on. No wonder she was trying to hide it. Well, I hope she'll be happier now. Moving on, moving on, moving on, moving on. Walking in the fresh air helps you forget the burdens on your shoulders. And yeah, and other stuff. Okay. Things have been so unsettled lately. Everyone's on edge. We need something cheerful. You could hold a tournament. What a good idea. Knights, jousting, musicians, all sorts of competitions. Everyone loves a contest. What will you offer as prizes to the winners? Let's do employment. The winners will have the option of taking up royal appointments. It's a recruitment drive. Very well, I will draft the announcements. Yes, maybe we can get some different nobles that aren't pulling very, traditionally royal lineage stuff. You would think that even with all the other nobles, there'd at least be a bigger gene pool to pull from than Kevin and his sister. Goodness. Oh, I wonder if that's what Thaddeus saw when he was so young. Remember Aris in the other video talking about how her son saw something when he was very young that he shouldn't? Did he walk in on his brother and sister? Or did he walk in on his brother and stepfather? Oh god, wait. How old would Kevin have been when his stepfather died? And he's like 30 something? Moving on. Yes, let's go to the stuff about the tournament and Sangia and talking about killing people. Yes, let's take over a country or stop somebody from taking over our country. Yes, we need to focus on that. Okay, this is the week of the general tournament. Nobles and commoners alike have turned out to compete against each other. The people will be pleased if you participate in their games. However, it would expose you to danger. What event do you wish to partake in? Everybody loves me, except for Sangia. They want to kill me, apparently. And we can do any of these since all of our stuff is maxed out. Let's do music. You take your place in line for the Bardic contest. Instrument success. When your turn comes, you take your seat at a beautiful wooden harp and let the notes fall like rain. Voice success. Your voice weaves a spell of love and loss over the crowd. After such a performance, the judges cannot help but name you the champion. All the winners are announced and displayed to their great cheers. As near queen, you place flower garlands around their necks. Oh, let's talk to Sabine. We have an option. Your Highness, I never thought I'd say this to someone like you, but I heard you sing at the tournament, and you're better than I am. I didn't hire you for your musical talents. Yes, I know, but I am still a musician, and I'd like to improve my craft. Might we practice together sometime? Oh, this is cool. We can accept, decline, or suggest romance. Ooh, interesting. So we have a romantic candidate here. That's cool. We'll come back to that one in another video. Let's just go ahead and accept her offer and carry on. I want to come back to this when I start doing playthroughs of each romantic candidate. Accept. I'd like that. Alright, so let's continue. My lady, your father wishes to speak with you. He says it's urgent. Fine, I'm coming. And of course it's Sangia. I've been expecting something like that. So, since our divination skills and everything were up, and our intrigue was up, we know about Sangia getting ready for war for a long time. Within a week, they could be in Novan waters. Within 2, they could reach the capital. Then we will fight to defend ourselves. You can try to use the treasury funds to hire additional soldiers, but it may be difficult on short notice. Let's recruit soldiers. Fine, we'll do that. Okay, so, I don't know if we'll be able to actually defeat anybody since we haven't gone to war against anybody in this one. We didn't have civil war, and we didn't fight off the Ixionites or anything like that. So I don't know if we're actually going to win. Unless you think your personal skills will make a difference, I would strongly advise against going out there. Let's stay in the let's stay in the capital. No, there's too much to do here. I can't go to sea. So, let's see. We may still win, but we might not as well. Danger on the high seas. Ships close in on each other, angling into range. The Sangians outnumber you slightly, but it could all come down to strategy. The eventual outcome is not in your favor. Yeah, war failed. The Novan ships are sunk or scattered, blah blah blah. And they'll be coming after us, as we know. Okay. So, foreign intelligence, we're meeting with Togami again. Consort he should be, even if that much. He's a common musician who married his way onto the throne. And he's a Lumen too. Yeah, we know that from our former playthroughs. My dear young lady, how difficult this must be for you. So much responsibility at such a tender age. Any new information on him? Nope. You yearn to slap the false sympathy off his oily face, but you force yourself to remain calm. So, he offers us the same thing as last time. I can sense his power, it's so strong. I've learned everything I possibly could, but he's at least as good as I am. I don't like this, but what choice do I have? He was a musician once, before he married his way into power. Can I use that? So, we can accept his terms, refuse outright, offer him our power, or sing to him. So let's sing to him. After all, Sabine said we were really good. Wait, we're civilized people here. And if I might die, I need to compose myself first. You have only one chance for this, one hope to touch the heart of the man beneath the monster. You know so little about him, but he is a father who was once a musician. Music may reach him where nothing else can. And so, you begin your favorite song. Instrument voice success. You are afraid he would be impatient and order you to stop, but it seems that, at least for a moment, he is listening. Pretty. What is it? Something my mother used to sing to me. She was the queen. She was always so busy, but she loved me. When she had time to be with me, to hold me, to play and sing, I miss those moments. Are you crying? How pathetic. Don't you sing to your children? That is no business of yours. Isn't it? If we fight, if I defeat you somehow, then your children will miss those songs. Well then, perhaps you had better lose. And what happens then? What? When you killed me and taken my crystal, what do you do then? You came from nothing and made yourself a king. But that wasn't enough for you. So you pushed the boundaries, you conquered territory, you came after Nova, after me. Do you go home to your children? Or do you go after another crystal, another domain? Be quiet, you know nothing of the world. You have the world, but if you're not happy, what's the point? From the shocked murmurs on the part of the Sangean delegation, you can guess that no one has dared talk to the king like this in a long, long time. You hold your ground, meeting his eyes with your own, willing him to listen to you. It doesn't have to be like this. You and I, we could be friends. We could learn from each other. We know in another playthrough that he killed our mom, and we're going to be friends with him. Okay. You know, that's weird and all, but okay. We could be part of something greater than ourselves. A new peace. And you can sing to your children. I have not sung in a very long time. I'll teach you my songs. You hold out your hands to him, open and empty. We can do this. Together. For a long moment he stands frozen. Then at last he sighs and places his hands in yours. And just like that, the war is over. Ah, so we actually managed to beat him with both of us surviving in the end. I would rather he had died, but, you know, whatever. We can do that in another playthrough again and kill him off. The Sangeans have retreated to their own territory, and the mood throughout Nova is one of cautious optimism. It is not so easy to replace the lives lost and the damage already done, but it is still a relief to believe that it's all over and nothing worse is coming. Small celebrations are being planned in many towns and villages. Your popularity is rising. It would seem that everyone loves you. Okay, so that's good. So it seems like everything's going fairly well this time around. Okay, visitors have arrived to help you prepare for the upcoming festivities. Your family. Good day to you, niece. I hope all is well. Hi, Elodie. Mummy said you have all the best tutors and I should take classes with you. Great. And then it talks about, time slipping away. It's getting closer and closer to the coronation. And what size feast should we do? Since we have all the lassie in the world, let's do an extravagant feast. Roasted meats, cakes, chocolates, wine, and enough for everyone. And I can give out commemorative cups and coins. Let's visit Charlotte. Hi, Lottie. Hi. What's the matter? Now that she's a minister, Mummy's been telling me more about lumens. She wants me to learn about magic so I can be one when I'm older. But she says I need a crystal, and the only way to get one is when she dies, or when you die. I don't want to be a lumen anymore. Don't worry, we're both going to live a very long time. Really? I promise. Aw, that's sweet. Happy family. Castle's buzzing with preparations for our upcoming coronation. You are happy to collaborate with the designers to ensure you are shown off to the best possible effect. You are still so young, after all. Good design will help a lot in making you look like a queen. Others are more interested in the subject of your marriage. Whomever you decide to marry will be elevated to the highest ranks of the nobility, which could mean a major shift in the balance of power. Therefore, everyone is talking about the top candidates, even though you are under no obligation to marry so young. Okay, Talarist is one option. Then there's Banyan. Then there's Kevin. No. However, considering the family secret Bryony shared with you, could he ever be a proper husband? There's little Adair. And there's Gwenelle's half-brother, Ancient, who's yet to turn 9 yet. It's like, geez, it's like all these people that are so much older than us they're wanting us to marry, and now they're talking about people that are so much younger than us. There are 2 or 3 minor earls around the age of 20 who might be passable alternatives, and of course you could decide to ignore noble traditions entirely and marry a commoner, if you were prepared to deal with the uproar. And it's like, are you leaning towards any option? So, let's go ahead with no one and see who we actually get paired up with. You're in no hurry to get married, you have a country to run. And none of that part's going to change, so we're going to go ahead and skip to the end. Once his daughter was secure on her throne, Jocelyn returned to his birthplace. He didn't marry anybody, and sent all the ladies that came a-calling to his brother. As Lumen Minister, Lucille requisitioned the orange crystal that Elodie had taken from the dead criminal and offered it to her daughter. However, Charlotte was not able to activate the crystal's powers. The young queen pointed out that a crazed murderer would obviously have a very different resonance than her favorite cousin. Charlotte would have to wait to inherit her mother's magic. So, apparently that crystal will not work for Charlotte. So, yeah. The subject of magic and lumens remained a slightly uncomfortable one for the citizens of Nova. So, apparently it's a little bit better than it has been for lumens, but not the greatest. Perfectly fine for the queen, who had inherited by divine right, but not something that other people should be aspiring towards. Look at all the terrible things that happened when the power fell into the wrong hands. Others publicly known to be lumens, such as the Duchess of Ursul and the Countess of Nyx, were met with public suspicion whenever they left their home territories. Not even the Queen's open support was enough to endear them to the common people. Well, that's better than people being burned at the stake over it. Ah, and this is a new one. Ah, it's Angel Elodie. After the halt of the Sangian invasions, relations across the Western Sea remained calm and trade flourished. Sangia's expansionist phase seemed to have come to a halt. Sometime later, a special trade ship from Sangia arrived with a tribute for Queen Elodie. There was a beautiful harpsichord inlaid with ivory and pearl and golden roses, as well as 2 paintings, clearly made by children, depicting a pink-haired angel. Elodie refused to be rushed into marriage. wanting for herself the strong romantic connection her parents once had. It was many years before she was, at last, swept off her feet by a young earl with sparkling green eyes and a talent for pastry. He enjoyed surprising the queen with new confections, and even prepared their wedding cake. The marriage produced 2 daughters, who were perhaps a little spoiled by their parents' indulgent affection. So this is a really nice marriage. He's unnamed, but, still a good husband for her, so that's a good match. The invention of the printing press sparked the beginning of a new age of literacy and knowledge. No longer were books the sole preserve of the noble and wealthy. Now information and ideas could be easily passed from one place to another. At the birthplace of this invention, Nova was the center of a storm of change. The new hospital, funded by Queen Elodie, offered medical services to the common people. But more importantly, it allowed doctors and herbalists to come together and share information. Trading knowledge increased skill levels and made better care available to all. Even those specialists who catered directly to the elite were benefited by the offering their services long enough to learn. That information could also be collected in books and sent around the world. Nova might not benefit directly, but thousands of lives would be saved. So, yes, if you invest in the printing press and the hospital, you get 2 new ending slates here. Elodie developed a deep interest in the hidden lore of Nova. Why had no one properly dealt with the problem of the old forest? What happened to the Lumen crystals of the Novan nobles of the past? The answers she found would surprise her, particularly from the artifact trove her father had been hiding from her this whole time. Deciding that lost was no less dangerous than found, Elodie made it her goal to round up and catalog all the magical weapons and dangers of old Nova, and thus Queen Elodie's legacy stretched into the future. So far, so good. And that's what happens when you do a max skill level as you run through. That's also when, you don't suggest to keep Juliana around. Or to get your Lumen crystal from Juliana. So, we have that opportunity there, and normally, even though we did actually have our Lumen powers, because we just kind of boosted that through the roof, because I wanted to see what the Sense Magic check was going to be about there at the Grand Gala. Because we didn't have our crystal, we didn't get an insight with that. So, anyway, thank you all for tuning in for this video. In the next one, we're going to do, I'll either be doing a playthrough on doing things to get everything to be perfect for all the lumens in the kingdom, or I'll be doing individual videos on raising each of the skills. So each of the slots where you have 3 skill sets, like for animal handling, for instance, you have dogs, horses, and falcons. I'll be having videos that will cover each of those, so you can go back and use those as reference. So, anyway, thank you all for tuning into this video. If you liked it, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so YouTube can send you the next video as soon as it comes out. Alright, this is Harley Barley, signing out.